You are rather interesting, aren't you? Here you sit all by yourself in this den of sinners, not playing a single game offered by this establishment. What, pray tell, are you waiting for? For me? Oh, that's flattering. Yet I don't quite understand. You do realize who I am, correct? Truly, I almost don't believe you. To think a human being would actively wish to see me is unfathomable, to say the least. You do realize that no one in here actively prays for me, correct? This is my domain. But the respected unspoken rule is that games must be played to earn my attention. I like to believe humans are at least intelligent enough to understand how to call forth higher powers. Are you certain you're calling forth the correct god? You're sure? Interesting. You then must be certain of who I am without any shadow of a doubt, yet your method to go against the norm is, baffling. If you truly know me, then you should know why no normal person would even utter my name. If luck is a lady, then I am her master, and I'm certainly not keen to let her fuck about with just anyone. I decide who hits the jackpot and who walks away starved for one last roll of the dice just to make back what they foolishly lost. Yet here you are, lounging at this empty table as if you were practically expecting me to show up. Tell me, were you? You were. I'm almost curious to know what would have happened if I simply ignored you. Then again, you've already caught my attention. You might as well make it worth my while. What would someone like you want with a being like me? A game! Oh, you are quite funny. Please consider listening to yourself. A human asking to play a game with the god of luck. You're either foolish or desperate, yet I don't sense either ridiculousness about you. However, it must be one or the other. So, which is it? Really? You just wish to play a game. Do not tell me that I've been deceived to receive such a boring request. You must have some sort of stake that you're willing to play a game for. If not, then I will not waste my time. You wish for a single night of ultimate luck. There it is. I knew there had to be some reasonable explanation for such odd behavior. What do I mean? You're in a gambling den with plenty of opportunities to try your luck. If you were entertaining enough, I would have given at least a small win to fortune. Huh. You don't want money. Ah. You see my luck as a blessing beyond the boundaries of greed. You grow more interesting to me the more we speak. You have my attention, little lamb. Tell me, what game are you willing to play against the god of luck? I will be fair in my play, but you will receive no aid in exchange. Any games of chance will solely be on calculated probability, and no mystic force or fortune will sway the game in one direction or another. Strategy will be paramount in any battle of wit or prowess against me, and I promise I am not weak-minded by any means. So, what game would you choose against me? Russian roulette. Is this gamble worth the risk of your demise? No. Another game, one where you will live at the end. I will not ask what my blessing will be used for, but you will live with the consequences of this game in one way or another. You will either walk away blessed with a day's fortune or stumble out in despair at your failure to obtain it. That is my term for this dealing, and that shall be respected. So, the game. Blackjack. Now that is a choice I can agree with. You surprise me yet again, little lamb. I would have assumed you would choose poker, or hold'em for our game, or perhaps something more akin to strategy, like chess or Go. Blackjack, however, is a nice balance between, all reliant on your gut and your ability to count cards. Claiming counting cards as cheating is quite a muddy conversation. You cannot play without the knowledge of how to make 21. And to do that, you have to assume the probability of the cards in your hand versus what can be hit from the deck. It is unavoidable to count cards, so to call it cheating would only be understood if you were the dealer stacking the deck in your favor. House always wins, after all. We'll play 3 rounds. Win a single one of the 3 rounds, and you will receive my blessing. That's it. I have many things to do, little lamb. I cannot spend my time playing games without considering the consequences of my absence. There are more souls who either deserve or don't deserve my blessed luck out there, even beyond the walls of this casino. This is merely a breather for me, as it were. Besides, you can easily end up failing all 3 rounds if you cannot properly strategize. Your luck is in the folds of the deck now. You have 17. Interesting. This is a gamble within itself. Poetic firsthand, I must admit. A meager low card can help you better the odds. Will you hit or stand? Oh, stand it is, then. You seem confident regardless. Perhaps that's why I felt compelled to see why you were waiting around without gambling. Dealer's turn. That is a 10 with a 4, making 14. I will hit, of course. And that is a beautiful 6. Not exactly 21, but a 20 certainly beats a 17. Dealer wins round 1. Are you nervous? I can see that glimmer of hope in your eyes flickering, trying not to die despite the circumstances. On my word, I have not swayed the chances one way or another. So your success is purely within this game and the cards. The question is, do you trust me on that? Do you believe that I am a god of my word? Of course, it would be hard to believe that gods have lied for less. Still, your blessing rests on this game, so it will play out regardless of your faith in my truth. A 6 and an 8. 14. That is better, but still high risk. With 3 decks worth of cards to be drawn, anything can be pulled at this rate. Chance is truly a fickle lover, isn't he? Will you hit or stand at that small amount? Ooh, hit it is. A 5. Making your total 19, a better number to stand on, but would you risk it in the hopes the deck will give you a low enough card? You'd only need a 2 to make blackjack after all. You'll stand. Good choice. 19 is respectable. Dealer's turn. A 7 and a 2. A 10 would make it a tie. With a tie, the round will be considered a wash, allowing a 4th supplemental game to take its place. Are you hoping for such an outcome? A 4th chance to win against me? Silence will only make me more curious, little lamb. And with this ace, I reach 20. Dealer wins again. Perhaps this game wasn't meant to be for you. Now, the nerves sink in. One last hand can win or lose it all for you. The smell of uncertainty is what makes humans so interesting to watch. I doubt you'll agree, but I wonder what is going on in that little head of yours. Are you frightened? Saddened? Are your nerves the only thing keeping you in your seat? Or are you almost desperate to run and hide away from this game you've attracted me to? And yet you will not tell me. You're quite an interesting little lamb. Then at least answer me this. Why do humans believe you can just call upon us? Is it because you believe you are owed something? Or are you truly desperate in your life where a deity's blessing is your only saving grace? Why not simply try to work through your trouble with your own 2 hands? Your kind has done so for centuries. Why stop now? Why seek divine intervention? Your silence. Is it due to fear or regret? There are too many questions that your kind make me think of every day. And it only makes me pity you. 11 divided by an 8 and a meager 3. One face card could win it all, but will one show up amongst the sea of other, much lower cards? The royal heads of the deck are quite fond of not obeying one's heart when it calls for them. They are royalty, after all, and only obey themselves. What will you do, I wonder? This is the last hand. The last chance before you have to lay with the consequences. Will you hit or stand? You must make a choice eventually, little lamb. The game cannot move forward without such determination, and you only shame yourself with inaction. You took the jump to call me down, a deity from beyond to claim a boon that you yourself cannot conjure with your mortal body. So why allow yourself to hide in fear now? Do you not want my blessing? You do? Then why do you hesitate at the final game? The round is not over. The game is not over. To pause now would only cascade you into a sea of doubt. I will continue to remain ignorant to why you desire my blessing. But I will not have a game be unfinished. Muster yourself. Hit or stand. A queen. 21. You have won this game, little lamb. So excited to receive such a minor blessing. You do realize you could have gotten it by being a good entertainer for me in this place. I reward those with courageous hearts, much like yours, and my luck would have stayed with you outside these walls. You need this blessing for a very specific reason. I will not press the matter, as curious as I am for that reason alone. Though I must say, thank you. It has been quite a long time since a human entertained me as such. While your fate remained in the chance of the cards, your spirit to even try is quite admirable. Many humans are weak in that field, so bravo to you. I do hope, indeed, that my blessing serves its purpose in your care. Regardless of its use, I can only hope it does not endanger the balance the world stands on. No matter the situation, the balance must always be maintained. Very well. My card. When you are ready to take your well-earned reward, simply call this number and your blessing will be given to you at that very moment. Just like that. I am a god of my word, after all. Yes, and the god of luck that I am has many things to do. However, that was thrilling, in a sense. Do come back again if you wish to have another round of fortune. You will not be bored with me.